control over your physical body and the mind. So it's not very relaxing, extremely relaxing. It's a wonderful exercise, free of cost, which you can do every day. So do at least 4 times, and while breathing, make sure the mind doesn't wander anywhere. Do deep inhalation. That's always very beneficial. So while doing this pranayama, make sure the mind doesn't waver anywhere. And as we move forward in this chapter, I'll teach you more in-depth techniques of this pranayama, which Bhagavan is also mentioning very clearly what is required. Bhruvor madhye pranamaveshya samyak. How to do it slowly, I'll teach you. So when the mind is relaxed, at least during these 4 classes, remember there is one supreme consciousness, Brahma Tattvam, which we forget after the class. Okay, till the next class comes, there is no Brahman. Brahman comes only when the class is there. And this Brahman has to be, you do mananam on this Brahman, which is called Nididhyasanam, using Upanishad mantras. So today we will take the Kathopanishad mantra, which says that within the physical body of every individual, there is one supreme principle, which is consciousness principle, which is distinctly different from the matter principle. Ashariram sharireshu anavasthveshvavasthitam mahantam vibhumatmanam matva dhiro na shochati. What a wonderful mantra. Sharireshu ashariram. Within the physical body, there is something that is not of the nature of the physical body, not of matter principle. Sharireshu ashariram. Anavastheshu avasthitam. So it is beyond the 3 states of experience of the mind. See, one is with reference to the physical body, the sthula shariram. So the supreme consciousness has nothing to do with the sthula shariram. The gross body is different from the gross body. And the three states of experience which belong to the mind is not connected with the supreme consciousness. Anavastheshu avasthitam. So avastha means what? The three states of experience. Jagrat, swapna, sushupti. So this is beyond the mind. So here itself wonderfully the mantra says that supreme consciousness is beyond the physical body, is beyond the subtle body, which is the mind and associated organs. Sukshma Shriram. Mahantam Vibhum. It is the greatest principle, greater than the greatest. And it is glorious. It's beyond the Karana Shariram. Now, one way to understand this mantra is Brahma Tattvam is beyond the Sthula Shariram, Sukshma Shariram, and Karana Shariram. First, understand at the Vyashti level, individual level, then at the Samashti level, the totality. It is beyond the matter principle, which is Virat Purusha. It is beyond the Samashti Sthula Shariram, Hiranyagarbha. It is beyond the Samashti Avidya Tattvam, Karana Shariram, which is Maya Tattvam. So beyond Maya Tattvam. So beyond the three different states of matter principles. Vibhum Atmanam. It is not somewhere. It is your own true nature. And what is the most important word in this mantra? Matva. Knowing which. Dhiraha. So you have to be dedicated to study Vedanta Shastras. No other exercise, no other practice will give you this knowledge. Dhiraha na shochati. Absolutely no sorrow. Anything may happen. If anything happens, it happens only in the field of matter principle. And I am not that matter principle. Why should I be bothered? Totally disconnected from anything happening. Dhiraha na shochati. So absolutely no sorrow. When there is no sorrow, ever happy, eternal happiness. So Matva, this timeless wisdom alone can give you eternal bliss. Please understand, no other way. Anya pantha vidyate yanaya. So how to go about to get this Brahma Jnanam, we will further explore in the 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha Hari Om. Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvighna Kuru Me Deva Sarva Karyeshu Sarvada Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parambrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nidhaye Sarva Vidyanam Shaje Bhavaroginam Gurave Sarva Lokanam Dakshinamurte Namaha Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Padyantam Vande Guru Paramparam Utismati Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpada Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Uttara Bhashakatam Vande Bhagavanto Punah Punaha Ishvaro Guru Ratmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavatyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurte Namaha Apara Karuna Sindhum Jnanadam Shantarupinam Sri Chandrasekhara Gurum Pranamami Mudan Maham Om. All of you chant Yam Brahma loudly. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Stunmanti Nimyaistamaihi Vedai Sangapadakrammo Parhidair Gayanti Yam Samaga Dhyanavasthita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yoginaha Yasyantam Navidussura Suraganaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha Om Shri Krishnaya Paramatmane Namaha. Now we'll chant the 6 slokas which we introduced during last Deepavali, if you all remember. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Saraswati Namaha, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Teshamevanukampartham Ahamajnanajam Tamaha Nashayamyatma Bhavastha Jnanadipena Bhasvata Jyotishamaphi Tajyotihi Tamasah Paramuchyate Jnanam Gneyam Jnanagamyam Hridi Sarvasya Vishtitam Nahi Jnanena Sadrisham Pavitramiha Vidyate Tatsvayam Yoga Samsiddhaha Kalenatmani Vindati Jnanena tu tadajnanam Esham nashitamatmanaha Tesham adityavajnanam Prakashayati tatparam Yathaidhamsi samidhognihi Bhasmasat kurute Arjuna Jnanagni sarva karmani Bhasmasat kurute tatha Yasya sarve samarambhaha Kama sankalpa varjitaha Jnanagni karmanam Tamahu panditam buddhaha Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi Atha Srimad Bhagavad Gita Ashtamodhyayaha Akshara Brahma Yogaha Om Narayana Parom Vyaktat Andamam Vyakta Sambhavam Andasyantasvi me lokaha Saptadvipa cha medini Om. Now, sloka number 12 will chant, then go to 13. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Sarvadvarani Samyamya Manohridi Nirudhya Cha Murdhyadhayatmanah Pranam Asthito Yogadhāranam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hardam Swagatam, hearty welcome to the next session on the 8th chapter. Very important, interesting chapter for people who want to explore Krama Mukti. Krama Mukti, Kapala Moksham, through a combination of focused mind, yogic concentration, and dhyanam. Dhyanam on the supreme principle, using what? In Bhagavad Gita, Kavim Puranam Manushasitaram Anoraniyan Samanusmaredhyaha Sarvasya Dhataram Achintya Rupam Aditya Varnam Tamasah Parastat. See, this particular shloka, even in dream it should come. So it should be what? My Guruji used to say, Raktakatavagbeku. It should become part of your, part and parcel of your blood. Okay. So it's a very important shloka. So this particular shloka with meaning should be understood. Dhyanam on this particular thing. And what is the process? Bhagavan is saying shloka number 12. Restraining all sense organs. That is exactly what we are practicing during the 3-minute dhyanam we are doing before the class. What are you doing? All the sense organs are withdrawn. Means what? The consciousness is withdrawn from all the sense organs and focused only on the breath. So your mind is focusing only on the breath. And so, as Bhagavan says, first make sure your mind is focused on the heart, where all the nadis first collect. Sahasra nadis, thousands of different nadis are there, just like your blood vessels. They are the vessels carrying the different prana shaktis that are required for sustaining the physical body. So that is being first integrated into the heart, and from the heart, the prana has to be moved. That means what? First, try to focus the mind as we do. First, focus the mind in the heart, and then Bhruvor madhye pranamaveshya samyak. Then murdhyadhaya. So go to the top of the cranium. And that's the way to focus. First, mind is focused. Importantly, sarvadvarani samyamya. Controlling all the sense organs. The constant practice only you can do it. Suddenly you cannot do one day. So every day sit down and do this. Wonderful exercise, this particular method. So in pranayama, there are 1,000 varieties. 1,000 asampradaya ways. Talk about this in 1,000 ways. Learn all the wrong things. People end up getting mad. I've seen people going for these courses and finally ending up becoming totally disoriented. This has to orient yourself to one direction. It's a pity that Skali Prabhavam, all wrong things have been propagated. Learn the right way. So, Manohridi Nirudhyacha. First, the mind is brought to focus on the heart, Hridayakasham. Then, Murdhni Adhaya Atmanaha. Atmanaha, one's own what? Pranam. Your own prana has to be moved from there. That means what? First, move the mind. When the mind moves, the prana moves. Please understand. When you are alive and you are active and you are awake, the consciousness follows the mind. Very subtle principle. Wherever the mind is moving, consciousness moves there. So you can control the mind, thereby the consciousness, the prana, of course, along with that. So murdhni, on the top of the head, asthitaha, you take to yogic concentration. So understand that yoga is not just standing upside down, Shirasasana, Padmasana, Chakrasana, Mayurasana. It is all physical yoga for people who want to have the physical health. That is fine. Right? The real yoga is the yoga of concentration. It's on camera. Many of you are not camera on. Huh? Study seriously. It's a very important subject. Okay. So focus with yogic concentration. And what are the next steps now? Bhagavan is now taking more and more what? References to Upanishad mantras. Shloka number 12 PV is done, right? Anybody confirm? 12 PV is done, right? So let's move to 13. 13 chanting is already over. I think chanting is over, no? We'll chant Shloka number 13 together. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Omityekaksharam Brahma Vyaharan Mamanusmaran Yah Prayati Tyajan Deham Sayati Paramam Gatim. Ram, so you chant once. Anyway.
Shri Bhagavanuvacha Omityekaksharam Brahma Vyaharan Mamanusmaran Yah Prayati Tyajan Deham Sayati Paramam Gatim.
Very good. All of us together. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Omityekaksharam Brahma Vyaharan Mamanusmaran Yah Prayati Tyajan Deham Sayati Paramam Gatim. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. All of you take the e-book for a minute. And what I want you to understand is, go to page number 6. In page number 6, if you see, the first picture on the top talks about all the practices to be done consistently throughout your life, day in and day out. So, how to remember Bhagavan, a constant practice and all those things is being mentioned. So, what are we saying? You have to understand Bhagavan as Kabim Puranam, omniscient, ageless, Anushasitaram, ruler of all beings, subtler than an atom, Anoriniyam Sam, then sustainer of all entities, Sarvasya Dhataram, Achintya Rupam, then Aditya Varnam Tamasah Parasthat. All those things are how to remember Bhagavan. And next picture below, what you do? Do your ordained duties. Then make sure you practice dhyanam every day like this. What we are now doing for 3 minutes, practice every day in the morning. And while doing all the actions, let the mind and intellect be devoted to Bhagavan. Daily practice of all the sadhanas, practice mano nigraham consistently. That means what? That is why we have what is called as acharam and vicharam. Write down two important things. Acharam, following the right principles of living. What to eat, what to speak, when to speak, how much to speak, how much to eat, what time to get up in the morning, all those things with respect to kaya, vacha, manasa is called acharam, the right ways. That's why we say what kind of food to consume. Keep repeating. People think anything is fine. Anywhere is fine. Anybody is fine for the food. No. The person preparing the food, what time you take, how you take it. No, like, no, you'll see people walking on the road and eating, walking on the road and drinking coffee. You've seen that, right? As if they don't have time for anything. Huh? So this is a problem. They got time for everything else. Eating itself is a ritual. If you treat eating as a ritual, it will create chitta shuddhi. Aham vaishvanaro bhutva praninam dehamashritaha pranapana samayuktaha pachamyannam chaturvidham. We learned all these things, right? Bhagavan himself is saying that I am a Vishwanara. In all the physical bodies, I am present. So when eating itself, it's a ritual. See, only the act of eating itself is a big book. You can write one book. How to eat the right way. Then there is speaking. Then there is your daily schedule. It's all acharam. Control of mind doesn't happen just like that. Then vicharam. What to think. When to think. No, what not to think. What not to focus. So when you got the discipline, then only the mind will be under control. Yes or no? The moment you allow the mind nothing to think means what? Immediately think all wrong things. It will go in the wrong direction, or it will go to what all happened, stress, anxiety, worry, problems. Right? Yes or no? It's not happening. If you don't know how to direct the mind properly, the mind will get occupied by a bhoot. That bhoot will do all wrong things. Correct? Huh? It will make you do wrong things, or it will make you into what? Remorse for the past, anxiety for the future, never in the present. So it's very, very important. And so to that, step 5 and step 6 is what? Understand the nature of Bhagavan through dhyanam. So these are all to be done consistently. What? Every day. Every day you do all these things. Like a discipline. That's why I say make the schedule and do it. Now, when you move more and more closer to your last days, last days will come. Come only for old people. Only for people who are 99 years, 364 days. It will come for everybody. Better be prepared now itself. Be prepared now. Let that eventuality not become a shock. Yes or no? A lot of people are shocked. Oh, one day, what they say, I'm not going to live. What will happen? Anytime. Correct. Ever ready. Whenever I see ever ready battery, I always remember ever ready. You should be always ever ready for this. So, that is not negative. It is not being pessimistic. It is no, mind is prepared for anything. Please understand. So, when you're closer to last days, these practices more intensely. Write down shloka number 12, 13, 14, all these things, and 15. These what? These 4 shlokas are for what? More closer to the final moment. So just like in Dhyanam, you remember something we learned in 6th chapter, all forgotten. And again, you remember that? Something called as Bahiranga Sadhana. And then Antaranga Sadhana, all forgotten. Please go and revise. During Deepavali time, revise that. Bahiranga Sadhana is to be done when? NRS, day in and day out. Antaranga Sadhana is when you sit down for Dhyanam. Clear? Similarly, beautifully, see, so wonderful to structure the 8th chapter. Many people even don't know what is being told. Even teachers don't know. So, Initial is what? Outlook for daily practices, and you go near the last days, all these things. Sarvadvarani samyamya. So the last days come, if you're no people have lived a very, very pious life, they know the end is coming. They themselves will automatically cut down the amount of food. First thing to cut down is number of eatings. If you eat like this, no, then even while dying, you will not have any jnanam. Prajne irukadu solluva. So then what? Then the mind is being controlled. Sarvadvarani samyamya. Practice more and more intense dhyanam. As I told you about in Swamiji, Tarakashi. Those people are no food also. Maybe some water, then only breath, like that. So they'll focus on this. And then Murdhyadhayatmanaha pranam. All that is done. Yogadhāranam. Yoga has to be learned for that. Okay. At least we're not able to 100% start practicing. What to see, the beauty in this path is whatever good things you practice, you will get results for that. You may not get 100%, but you will get 50%, 60%. There is one shloka, I think I have told some time back. Nahi kalyana krit kaschit durgatim tata gacchati. Bhagavan has told, anybody who does whatever little good, that means in this process, even 20-30% progress will definitely give you the right direction. So, shloka number 12 to the extent possible. Now 13. So, one of the important dhyanam that is emphasized in Upanishads and even during Vedic chanting, you see, any chanting will not start without what? Ram Ram Subbu, Di Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Right? There is 4 matras of Om to be chanted towards the end also. Hari Om, 3 matras. Like that. Om is a very important mantra in Karma Kanda, Upasana Kanda, and also in Jnana Kanda. I told you, Vedas have got 3 groups, right? Karma Kanda is all about chanting and doing karma. In that you start with Om. Upasana Kanda in Dhyanam, traditional Dhyanam, for the right authorized people who got eligibility, Omkara Dhyanam is prescribed. There are thousands of mantras, not 1 or 2, thousands of mantras dedicated to Omkara Dhyanam. And so, that is for Upasana. Then Jnanam. There is an Upanishad dedicated to understanding the Omkara Tattvam. Which Upanishad? Mandukya Upanishad. Write down. At least names you know. Whether we study or not, we don't know. You have Punya Karma, you can study that. Mandukya Upanishad, on which, why of all the Upanishad, Gaudapada, the greatest Acharya, traditional Acharya, has taken for writing close to 500, 450 to 500 karikas for just 12 mantras. It means what? What is the depth of knowledge is there? It is completely jnanam, knowledge of the Omkara Tattvam. So when you look at the Om symbol, depending on your learning, your capability, your understanding, your proficiency, the Om will either look like only a symbol or only for chanting, or the next level is for Dhyanam. The third level, once you look at Omkara, you will know the 3 what? States of experience and what? That which is avasthatraya atitam, Brahma Tattvam. It will take you easily. That's the power of Omkara. So Bhagavan is now saying Omkara Ucharanam and Omkara Dhyanam is to be practiced what? Mentally. Before that, you should know the right way. So Bhagavan is saying that during the last moments, this person, what is the goal of this person? Quickly, forgot about what is the name of this chapter? Akshara Brahma Yogaha. Forgotten. 8th chapter. And what is the goal of the sadhaka in this particular chapter? Krama Mukti. Very good. At least I'm seeing some people. So, Krama Mukti. Krama Mukti means what? Where will you go? The 3 pictures. You saw, no? Path A, path B, path C. Is go to Brahma Loka, the path B. Okay, I'm very good. You know, reply in the chat box. This is for you only. Okay, right. Now, the reason that this chapter is called Akshara Brahma is because Aksharam means what? Om is an Aksharam. Please understand. Om is a Aksharam. That is what the greatest Aksharam. Can you see the word Aksharam in this sloka? Om ityekaksharam Brahma. Aksharam Brahma. So it has come. Same. Aksharam Brahma Paramam. So here we see Aksharam Brahma. What is the name of this chapter? Here. Huh? Akshara Brahma Yoga. Can you see? So that is the reason here the word Omkara is used to raise your thought to the supreme principle. Here Saguna Brahman is fine. So Bhagavan says is that this person who is now focused on Karma Mukti has been initiated into the Omkara Pranava Mantram. It's called Omkara Mantram, Pranava Mantram. It's no longer an Aksharam. So, how does an Aksharam become a Mantram? Aksharam becomes Mantram when you know the meaning of that Aksharam. A Padam becomes a Mantram when you know the meaning of that Mantram, the particular Padam. Padam means what word? Shabdam becomes a Mantram when you know the meaning of the Shabdam. So, without knowing the meaning, only chanting, no? Even the word Ram, 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 when you chant, you know the meaning of the word Ram. You'll ask me, what is the meaning? Another class will take. So, any word or any aksharam becomes a mantram only when the meaning is known, and that too directly from a guru. Don't look at internet and all this JK yoga, BK yoga, and then try to learn what is the meaning of the mantra. Mantra meaning should be learned directly. In fact, physically sitting in front of the guru and you should get it. So any mantra japam should be got in that way. So this person has got the mantra initiation. It's called mantra diksha. Omkara mantra diksha is normally given only for a sannyasi. Now understand the next level. So otherwise, very evolved upasakas are especially depending on the qualification, the guru will decide whether to give the Omkara Japam Pranava Mantram for Upasana. So Omkara chanting initially you've done 1,000 million times while chanting the Veda mantras, other things. After that, slowly the capability to absorb the mantra for Upasana is obtained. It's not just like, no, you can get it just like that. It's not a free of cost. You can go to some place and get it, or you cannot pay money and get it. Internally, the mind has to be prepared to receive the Omkara mantra. I told you, any mantra should have what? Any Shabdam can become a mantram. Any Aksharam can become mantram only when what? What? Hreem, Kreem, you're chanting all those things. No, all those are very potentially powerful mantras. Na, Ken. Amantram Aksharo Nasti. Nasti Mula Manaushadham. Ayogya Purusho Nasti. Yojakas Tatra Durlabhaha. எல்லாத்துக்கும் ஸ்லோகம் இருக்கு. Like that, if you study traditionally, everything I got sloka. Madhurish, I understand, no? Amantram aksharo nasti. There is no word or no aksharam which doesn't have a potential mantric power. Something is required. Because all of us will also be chanting, but there's no value. Amantram, can somebody write? Write, bhai. Amantram aksharo nasti. Nasti moola manaushadham. If you know exactly to go and pick the right shrub from the forest, all the medicinal values, how to take it, how to process it, how to use Ayurveda dedicated to this particular sloka. Okay. Nasti moolam anaushadham. Moolam with the root and the shoot, what you take, preparing the right medicine. Nasti moolam anaushadham. Anaushadham means what? So double negative. Every good what? Shrub has got, root has got a potential medicinal value. Ayogya Purusho Nasti. Ayogyaha Purushaha Nasti. Ravana Subhu cannot say anybody, cannot term anybody as useless. That means what? Nobody can be termed as useless. With some use of no, each and every person. Paramaguru used to say, there was one Sapat Raman, means what? There is a lot of food. You think that was useless. He used to say, suppose you cooked a lot of food and there's not enough people to eat. You need such people. And what will happen? Food will go waste, correct? Even Sapat Raman is useful in our system. Everybody is useful, provided what? NRS? Yojakas tatra durlabhaha. There should be a person who should know how to organize, how to get the essence of an aksharam, shabdam into a mantram, how to extract the right medicinal value from the root and the shoots, and then how to use people. That is why you call planning is the most important thing in any project. People don't understand that. You don't plan properly, you will never succeed. So, similarly, here, Omiti Eka Aksharam. So, this person has been trained on Omkara mantra by the Guru, and this person is chanting first externally and then internally. It's a very deep exercise. How the Omkaram, Nadam will be what? Internal. That symbol will be what? Chanted. And so this person, after doing what? Sloka number 12 is now done intensely for the last moment. So restraining sense organs, bring the prana to the heart, then moving the prana from there to the middle of eyebrows, then to the thing. In the process, also chanting the Omkara internally. So when the person has learned Omkara mantra and continuously chanting, internally the sound will be reverberating always. My Guruji Swami, my Paramaguru used to say, Nadi Nadiyalyu Omkara mantra dhani ange olagade. It will be like Anahata dhvani, it is called. Write down. Anahata dhvani. Right from the heart it starts. And so internally that Omkara mantra is being chanted. And so in this process, the person, what? The prana of the person leaves the body through the cranium. It's a very wonderful process. It requires a lot of different capabilities, yogic concentration, understanding of the mantra, Omkara, internal Nahata Dhvani, that should be there. And then when you do this during the last moments, then what happens? Om is the principle between the physical existence and the Brahman. It is used as an alambanam or a support structure. So I told you, A-U-Ma in the physical sense covers all the aksharas. So when all the aksharas are there, nama is covered. All the nama is covered of the physical world is covered by the word Omkara. Once nama comes, rupa comes. So the nama rupa is completely contained in the Om. That means the entire physical world is consumed in Omkara. Then what happens? Because the Avuma corresponds to Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti, three states of experience. It transcends the physical existence, transcends the subtle existence, and if you got enough samskara, transcends even the causal body. Right now, this person doesn't have enough jnanam, but the person can transcend both the physical matter principle and subtle principle. And so, the focus on Omkara is extremely beneficial and important. So, by remembering this Omkara and doing all these exercises, the person leaves the physical body. That means what? No longer the person is a physical body. It's from Sukshma Shariram. And so, with the power of all this yogic concentration, what happens? Like a rocket launched from the earth, the prana leaves the physical body and goes upwards from the cranium of the head. Clear? Huh? The process. Has anybody taken film of this? No, Ken, you want to try? Nobody can do. First of all, you should have a person who has got this capability. Then it cannot be caught in camera. Anything else can be caught. This prana cannot be caught in camera. So, and what is the proof? The proof is Upanishads. Upanishad extract is in Bhagavad Gita. So now let us see, this is what Bhagavan told. Looks like a story, but sloka is, how to say sloka as a story is what? You'll understand properly now. Now look at the Padavibhaga Anvaya. So you should do Padavibhaga to understand. Om Iti Eka Aksharam, one word, ekaksharam. Don't break it. Eka aksharam, sandhi vibhaga, ekaksharam. Om iti ekaksharam brahma vyaharan mam anusmaran. Are you with me? Easy? Yaha prayati tyajan deham saha yati paramam gatim. Clear? 15. Very good. So after it is launched like a rocket from the earth, well, like just like the destination could be either the moon or the sun. What is the destination for this prana, for this particular Sukshma Shariram? Where does it land? It lands in Paramam Gating Brahma Lokam. Please understand. Now, look at the Anmaya. Vyaharan Ekaksharam Om Iti Brahma Anusmaran Mam Saha Yaha Prayati Tyajan Deham Yati Paramam Gatim. Clear, huh? Now look at the PVA team. Got it? All of you got it? Simple, no? Let's look at the individual word meaning. Vyaharan. Vyaharan means chanting, uttering. So this chanting can happen physically as well as mentally. I told you some time back or not. Anybody remembers? How should chanting be done? First, chanting very loudly. Then chanting in a lower tone. Third chanting method is whispering. This is what only lip movement. Fourth level is what? When the mind itself is chanting. Should learn this technique. First, take small slokas and make the mind chant it without even lip movement. Is it possible or not? Simple slokas you will learn. So, Saraswati Namastubhyam Marade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhar Bhautame Sadha. So slowly, when you learn this, memorize the sloka. Everything, if you look at the book, then you cannot make the mind chant. Please understand. That is why the exercises that we have had from our rishis handed down is so wonderful. Automatically, your memory power increases, become brilliant. I'll tell you, whoever follows the Vedic way of life will be extremely brilliant in their lives. So here, this person has been initiated in Omkara mantra. So the person is chanting Omkara mantra mentally. Mentally, right in bracket. Manasikam. What? Vyaharan means what? Chanting, uttering. Ekaksharam. Ekaksharam Om Iti. So qualification is Om how many aksharas? Om is only one akshara. Sir, they say ma, sir. What is that ma? It's called matra. Write down. Trimatra. Trimatra samyukta ekaksharam Om. Ekaksharam Om Iti. The monosyllable. So monosyllable Om. That's why aksharam Brahma Paramam. Brahma. Now, this is the transcendental name for Brahman, which is beyond name and form. As I told you, Brahman is a functional name we're using. The supreme principle can have no name, no form, but for our understanding, we use the Omkaram. Why? Why, Rajasagar? What is the beauty of Brahman or Shuddha Chaitanyam? Anybody? Write down today. See, the beauty of Brahman or Shuddha Chaitanyam, it is part and parcel of all the three states of experience. It is part and parcel of all the physical matter, subtle matter, and also the causal matter, but also beyond the three states of experience and three different matter principles. Complex. Complexity is increased. It is reeling. See, supreme principle or consciousness is present during waking state, yes or no? Not present. And again, you can be more fresh, right? 1 hour extra Bhagavan has given you. Because you are in winter time, and be alert. Okay, right. But is it connected? Is it the waking state? It is beyond the waking state. Is consciousness present in the dream state or not? There's no consciousness, you cannot dream. Please understand. But it is beyond the dream state. Just now we chant. That's why I'm using this mantra to chant. Anavastheshu avasthitam. Then is the consciousness beyond or part of your deep sleep or not? The consciousness is not part of deep sleep. You cannot wake up the next morning, correct? But it is different from that. So, Prajnana Ghana Eva Anandamayo hi Anandabuk. Mandukya mantra says, it's a pure consciousness, mass of consciousness. Okay? But it is beyond. So, Brahman is beyond what? The three states, and also part and parcel of all the three states. That is the beauty. Very difficult. You have to sit down and do a lot of dhyanam. The Omkara reminds you. Akara, Ukara, Makara. Akara stands for Jagrata Avastha. Ukara for Swapna Avastha. Makara for Sushupti Avastha. And there is a silence. After you chant the Omkara, there are two silent period between two chanting. And so that silent is now going to make you remember, your mind is oriented towards something beyond the three states of experience or the three states of physical existence is what? Sukshma, Stula Shariram, Sukshma Shariram, Karana Shariram, Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti. And so this monosyllable Omkara Tattvam represents Brahma Tattvam. If you are not able to go beyond the Karana Shariram, you will still be only at Sagunam Brahman. Either way, the Omkara indicates you, depending on your capability, Sagunam Brahman or Nirguna Brahman. So this Brahman stands for Omkara stands for Brahman. Ekaksharam Omiti. The monosyllable Om Brahma. This is the name of Brahman. Clear? So Omkara, depending on, as I told you, it will refer to either Sagunam Brahman or Brahman with qualities or Brahman without qualities, depending on your understanding and learning. So this person is uttering internally the Omkara mantra, is standing for Brahman. So what I have told, Yad Bhavam Tad Bhavati. Whatever thoughts that are there during the last moment, powerful thoughts, you are led to that. So that is why that loka is called Brahma Loka. Satya Loka is also called as what? Brahma Loka. So remembering, Anusmaran Mam, remembering me. How should you remember? Anybody? Just now I told you. What is the way to in what way you should remember? No. What is the way? Kavim Puranam. This line, is it okay? Write down that sloka. Should immediately come to your mind. Kavim Puranam Anushasitaram. That should not be forgotten. Remembering Bhagavan as those particular characteristics. If the person, what happens? Saha Yaha Prayati. Whosoever can practice all these things under the guidance of a guru. You don't do independently. Okay? Do properly. If the person departs, one Saha Yaha Prayati. Prakarshena Yati Prayati. Yati means go, Prayati means departs. Prakarshena Yati. Saha Yaha Prayati. One who departs. What? Departing from what? Departure terminal. Bengaluru terminal departure going to Dubai. So that departure terminal. What departure is this? The subtle body is departing from the physical body. We travel panni, people get only departure only in the mind. Here, this is the departure of the Sukshma Sharira from the Sthula Sharira. You only have to now cut the ticket. Who is going to give the ticket? You have to write the ticket. You have to give the departure what? Boarding pass. Which rocket you will board? It depends on your sadhana. Whether you will go to Sargaloka and come back, or you will be for somewhere in between, go back to lower worlds. It all depends. Sometimes rocket, no, you sing Deepavali. மேல போறதுக்குள்ள டக்குன்னு இங்க கீழே வந்துடும். அந்த மாதிரி your karma is not done properly. Instead of going up, you will go down. So please understand, everything there is a lesson. Deepavali, a lot of lessons are there. Lesson. Like that, do your karma anusthana properly, then only it will go vertically up. Otherwise, it will go like this, reverse. Okay. So, one who departs, tyajan deham. So, the subtle body, leave the physical body. For a person who has done all this in a disciplined fashion, yati paramam gatim. Yati attains. I told you, no? Yati attains what? Paramam gatim. What is the greatest destination that you can reach? No, all of you say in the Bhuloka, greatest destination is landing in California. Correct? Huh? San Francisco. You think like that. Nothing. The greatest destination for a Jiva is Brahmaloka. Paramam gatim. Gatim here is whole. Yati paramam gatim. Clear? Huh? Shloka clear now? Chant this and no, start understanding. Do mananam. Sri Bhagavanu vacha Omityekaksharam Brahma Vyaharan Mamanusmaran Yah Prayatityjan Deham Sayati Paramam Gatim. Now, is it enough, sir? Bhagavan says that if you follow all these principles correctly, systematically, you can reach Brahmalokam. Bhagavan is also there in Brahmaloka. Please understand. Bhagavan says Hiranyagarbha or Brahmaji for your understanding. So Bhagavan says, so now you're all worried, right? It's very difficult, very, very difficult. So Bhagavan is making you slightly more comfortable with the shloka number 14. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Ananyateta Satatam Yo Mam Smarati Nityashaha Tasyaham Sulabha Partha Nityayuktasya Yoginaha. Ram chant.
श्रीभगवानुवाच अनन्यचेताः सततं यो मां स्मरति नित्यशः तस्याहं सुलभः पार्थ नित्ययुक्तस्य योगिनः.
Very good. All of us together. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Ananyacheta Satatam Yo Mam Smarati Nityashaha Tasyaham Sulabha Partha Nityayuktasya Yoginaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So all of us know, learn the process of Karma Mukti. What all you should do? Should have Yoga Balena Chaiva. Pull all the prana into the heart, then like this. Out of focus, concentration, chanting Omkara, Anahata Dhvanina. Sir, all that we can't do. Very difficult. So Bhagavan knows. By this sloka, by the end of 13th sloka, you're all almost given up. So Bhagavan wants to encourage you. He knows exactly when you will be what? Fall into discouragement. He says, Sulabhaha. Aham Sulabhaha. Hey Partha. So I can be easily attained. How? There is another way. One is no, do all this practice of Omkara and no Dhyanam and all. Another is what? Focused, dedicated study of Vedanta Shastras. Constantly remember the supreme consciousness principle that is present. Shrotrasya Shrotram Manaso Mano Yadvachoha Vacham. So Upanishad mantras, Upanishad classes you should attend regularly, systematically. Learn the meanings and the Upanishad mantras. Keep on doing mananam. So Bhagavan says, if you think all this, no, yogic practice, concentration, very, very difficult, Bhagavan says, I am easily accessible to those yogis. This yogi is special. They also focus on Vedanta Shastra. What do they do? Who is ever steadfast and constantly remembers me. constant remembers me, what is the constant remembrance of Bhagavan? What is Bhagavan? By now we should know. Ishvara is equal to what? Para Prakriti plus Apara Prakriti. So one who can focus on Para Prakriti, Supreme Consciousness. How to focus on Supreme Consciousness? Only by study of Vedanta Shastras. Please understand, when you're studying Vedanta Shastras, Upanishad Brahma Sutram, your focus is purely on Supreme Conscious Principle. Write down. Vishayam Shuddha Chaitanyam Jiva Brahmaikya Lakshanam. What is Vedanta Shastra? Vishayam Shuddha Chaitanyam. That's all. No other fanfare, no other paraphernalia, that there's no this, that, this kind of dress, this kind of lipstick, makeup, abharanam, this, no, look at this. What wonderful, diamond earring. No, this is called a diamond, no. What is that, no? Gold necklace. No, nothing. Shayam Shuddha Chaitanyam Jiva Brahmaikya Lakshanam. Aham Brahmasmi Jnanam. So, constantly studying Vedanta Shastras such that, Satish Nishchal, Nidde Ebbisduru en Malivako, you should be able to say what? Ratasmarami Hridi Samspuradatma Tattvam Satchit Sukham Paramahamsa Gatim Turiyam. So, Yasvapna Jagara Sushupti Mavaiti Nityam Tad Brahma Nishkalamaham Nacha Bhuta Sangaha. What a wonderful slokas Acharya has given to us. We never want to study all these things, go behind some nonsense, inner engineering, art, and all those things. So, anytime you should be able to remember about your true nature is Brahman. You can be constantly remembering. Me here doesn't mean what? Krishna Paramatma here, me means Param Brahma Tattvam. Always continuously with an undistracted mind. So, means what? Constant remembrance of Brahman. That's why all these mantras are being given. So, when you study the Vedanta Shastra and understand Brahman, it will become a second nature or primary nature. Not even second nature, primary nature. Then what happens? One who understands Aham Brahmasmi, what happens to the person? And realizes Jnanam Vijnana Sahitam Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam, the person attains Jivan Mukti. Very good. Understand this. This is the third path, that picture. No, now all of you take the picture. Quickly, we'll close the class now. I want you to remember this. Go to page number 9. Page number 9, if you see the path C, the third path, all this given very nicely. So, if you can sit down and study Vedanta Shastra, now you decide whether you want to sit down and practice all this prana Shakti, for pulling prana, it should be test should be there. My Himalaya Swamiji used to say that yogi, NRS. And the prana is pulled from the different parts of the body. For example, we pulled out the prana from the leg. We put a pin, real pin, not the pin on your leg. You should not be able to have any sensation. That's why the prana is pulled out. Can you do all those things? No, even small thing pricks, we are not scared, right? So, please understand. Please know external references in our thing other than our class. I don't know any external reference in the chat box. Please. No, because everything is wrong. I'm very clear. Nobody other than Mahavira certain things being told by our great acharyas. I don't allow any other information. Please be careful. Okay. So here, so path of Nirguna Brahman, how we get Jnanam. So that process is study of Vedanta Shastra. So Bhagavan says, which is easy? Pulling prana is easy, studying Vedanta Shastra. Which is easy? You tell me. Vedanta Shastra is very difficult, sir. Mind is not. Then practice. All this, no yoga, Yogadhāranam. Study. Don't understand that. So Bhagavan says, study properly. Nitya Yuktasya. You should be dedicated. It is not part-time. It is not pastime. It is neither pastime nor part-time. It is whatever time is available other than your other activity. I told you 3 bucket principle, right? Whatever time is available, which is quality time other than daily duties and survival, dedicate to Vedanta Shastra. Nothing else. Should not look here, there. Sir, let me do that, this. No. Then what happens? Easily you can get here itself. How? By Brahma Jnanam. This shloka is indirectly indicating you can get Jivan Mukti if you can dedicate to Vedanta Shastra here and now. Chant this shloka in the class. Shri Bhagavanuvāca Ananyacheta Satatam Yo Mam Smarati Nityashaha Tasyaham Sulabha Partha Nityayuktasya Yoginaha. Lot of things are required. More details in next class, but there is a easy way out for all of us. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. He who is chanting Gita Samvatsarve Bhavam.
Namaskaram, Guruji.
You're chanting, very good.
Chapter 15, Shlokas, Purushottama Yoga, Shlokas 3 to 9. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Ata Panchadashodhyayah Purushottama Yogaha. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Narupamasyeha tatopalabhyate Nanto na chadirna cha sampratishta Ashvattamenam suvirudamulam Asangashastrena dridena chitva Tatah padam tatparimargitavyam Yasmin gatana nivartanti bhuyaha Tameva chadhyam purusham prapadhye Yatah pravrittif prasruta purani Nirmana mohajita sangadoshaha Adhyatma nitya vinivritta kamaha Dvandvair vimukta sukha dukkha sanyaihi Gacchantyamudah padamavyayam tat Na tadbhasayate suryaha Na shashanko na pavakaha Yadgatva na nivartante Tadhama paramam mama Mamaivamsho jivaloke Jivabhutas sanatanaha Manashashtani indriyani Prakritisthani karshati Shariram yadavapnoti Yachabhyukramatiishvaraha Grihitvaitani sanyati Vayurgandhani vashayat Shrotram chakshushparshanam cha Rasanam granameva cha Adhishthaya manaschayam Vishayanupasevate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Excellent chanting, Ram Namdo. Very lucky. Correct 15 chapter chanting. See, once again, what Bhagavan is saying, remember me the right way, and then what? You will reach me alone. Natad bhasayate suryaha nashanko na pavakaha yadgatva na nivartante tadhama paramam mama. So, wonderful connection. 15th chapter, reiterating the 8th chapter of Bhagavan. So, remember Bhagavan. What is the best way to remember Supreme Principle? Dedicated study of Vedanta Shastra. So, we'll continue now on Saturday morning, the 18th chapter. Om Shanti 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 Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Tatsate Krishna 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 Shubhamastu Samasta Sanmangalani Bhavantyayata Hari Om Narayana.